All right, Brett.
All right, so, well, Coach, you guys are back at it after that trip to UNLV. So, how have you guys? You talked about after the game about bouncing back from that game. How have you guys done in that regard?
Oh, I mean, the culture of the team is what it is. I mean, they're going to bounce back. It means a lot to them. But at the end of the day, you really watch the tape and look at it. There's a reason why you go on the road and don't win, and that's we didn't make the plays and execute in critical situations, and they did. To be honest with you, I mean, you look at right there early in the game. We had a block kick, they had a safety. We bounced back, ended up going down to score, and I think we ended up tying it. Or not tying it. We went up 10-9, and they have a crucial 4th and 1 on their end of the field. Their guy makes plays, and we didn't. We didn't execute right there. And they ended up getting on that drive right there, staying on the field. We didn't get off and ended up scoring. We didn't execute on ours. And that happened not only on short yardage situations, third downs. We had 4 missed tackles on 4 fourth downs that allowed them to stay on the field. We didn't make those plays. And as coaches and players alike, I mean, we all got to do a better job. And we have to be able to make those plays, especially in critical situations on the road. And that's what it came down to.
Makes sense. You mentioned after the game that you guys would want to take a look at what you were doing in short yardage since that was kind of a struggle. What was your evaluation after you went back and looked at what you did and how it all played out?
One, I wouldn't change it. I don't think going on the road, we're not going to, the only one I really looked at to even question was, do I get it down from 10 to 7? I don't think you're winning, kicking a bunch of field goals on the road. That's not going to happen. Execution standpoint, we had a bust on 1 third down. We had a poor call on 1 third down. Got in the wrong formation, and then we had a missed target on one. Listen, the way we run the ball, we were 92% on 3rd and 4th and short last year. Do I feel like we can line up and get a yard with our experienced O-line and our running backs? Absolutely, and that's how I feel. And so we got to do a much better job in those situations of making sure everything's clean, making sure we're in the right call. 2 of them were tempos, which I think caused us to be a little bit out of whack for what they were doing on their fronts, which caused a missed target. And so that's what we have to evaluate more so as a coaching staff, to make sure that if we are having tempo calls, that we understand the looks and fronts that we're getting, so the thinking's off our players, and if not, we need to make sure we're in the right call.
It's kind of a tale of two halves last week. What do you do to maintain consistency from quarter to quarter and half to half?
Well, I think again, the more you can execute in those situations, the better it's going to be. You're not putting yourself in a hole. 1, 2, your rhythm and flow, and more adversity you have to overcome in a football game, the harder it gets each time. And so we just got to be cleaner. It gets frustrating because I know what we can do offensively, move the ball up and down the field, and we've done it a few times this season to where we get in certain areas of the field, certain situations, we're not doing the things necessary in order to finish off a drive, and that's something we have to fix. Defensively, we got to fit the run better. We got to tackle better, and so we'll just continue to grind, continue to get better. Again, I think UNLV is a good football team. I think but there's not going to be any easy ones. We're going to have to continue to get better and take it one week at a time and go execute.
Are you guys struggling a little bit to get some big play production defensively? I went back and looked like how many sacks you guys had last year, tackles for losses, interceptions. It seems like you've dropped a little bit in that regard. Are you guys maybe not making as many big plays as
we haven't made as many as of today, and that's something we got to make sure that we continue to work and evaluate. And again, continue to be aggressive. I know we have the ability to be explosive. We got to put it on tape.
Is that a little bit of product of maybe losing some of the guys who made those big plays for you defensively last year?
I don't think so, no.
So the talent's there to maybe to get that kind of production again?
Yes.
It was Hadre's first start last game. How did you evaluate the way he played?
I think once he settled in, he was fine. I think early on, like anything, you're going to have some early game jitters. He's got to settle in quick, and you just got to trust in who he is. You know, he's a great tackler. He's a tackle right there. He's been awesome in camp and practice. But I thought overall, you know, did some really good things. And so going to continue to grow. Obviously, one man goes down, the next man has to step up, and it's his time. So, and I think it's overall, we all got to get better. It's not one position, one player. It's not offense, defense, special teams. We all got ownership as coaches and players, and we just got to continue to grow and get there.
Final non-conference game. What do you do to kind of set the tone looking forward to conference play?
I want to see our mentality step up, you know, and what I'm talking about is the ups and downs, ebbs and flows of understand what it takes to win a football game for 4 quarters and understand what it looks like to overcome adversity for 4 quarters and over. And I think it takes a mentality, a confidence in order to do that, because you're going to be in tight games. There's going to be some ups and downs. You're not going to be perfect, but you have to have the mentality overall. We're going to find a way to win.
You know, you're playing Memphis with, well, before we get to that, what do you see in Memphis just as a team overall?
A really good football team, all 3 phases. I think explosive offensively, quarterback's doing a great job of managing it and getting the ball in space to his playmakers. They have speed. And then defensively, very physical up front, have a lot of twitch. Linebackers can run, and back in, they're very talented in the secondary. And so it's a challenging game on the road. They've been year in and year out a very strong program, so we understand you know what we're looking at. But the biggest thing is making sure we focus in on our preparation this week and letting our excitement, our energy build into the game, and then being able to go out and respond under a atmosphere that they're going to have there at Memphis.
You know, and obviously Grant's playing against his former team. Has he been a good addition to your program just with what he's brought to?
Yeah, Grant's been great. Very hard worker, a great teammate, and really has continued to grow and make strides, just having not been here a long time, you know. So through fall camp, you know, through the first 3 weeks of preparation, he's been great and only continuing to get better.
Facing Seth Hennigan, who's from town. You mentioned him a little bit previously here, but what have you seen from him?
He's a good quarterback. Does a great job. Like I said, he's accurate with the football. He's very smart. You can tell he knows where to go. You know, understands defenses, understands, you know, kind of how people are attacking him. And so, again, he's a coach's son. He does a great job. He's a really good player and only growing, still young. I mean, he's only getting better and better. And so I feel like he's very talented.
You know, Fabechi's kind of stepped in for you guys on your offensive line this year. What have you seen from him?
Continuing to get better each game. I mean, he's just young, you know, getting into that type of game shape. But he's done some really good things. You know, he's a big physical guy inside that can be a presence. And he's just got to continue to grow in that role. And he is. He works extremely hard. There's a reason why he's in there. You know, I think he's practiced very well, and he's only getting better and better each week.
Is he one of those COVID senior kind of kids that maybe was a little overlooked just because he came through at a time when not a lot of people?
I think so. I mean, I would say so. I think that ever since he's gotten on campus, I mean, that's someone that has I wouldn't say surprised us, but you know, he forces you to get an eye on him real quick. Again, with him out there working, how big and strong and physical he is, and he's athletic. He moves and bend, and so yeah, I definitely think he was.
And of course, this is another game against an American team that you know you guys are going to be in the same league again next year. Is this an opportunity to kind of see where you guys kind of stack up against?
It's an opportunity, yeah. I mean, to play a great opponent, and that's with any opponent. I think wherever you're playing, I think you got to see how you match up each and every week. Again, I know they're a really good football team, have a lot of confidence. They've, year in and year out, done very well. Won the AAC, I do believe, here a couple years ago. And, you know, once you get that culture and you start building on it, and the more confidence you build through the future. So they're doing a great job.
With a program like Memphis that turns the ball over the way that they do, what do you kind of do in practice to prepare for a team like that?
Well, we have circuit drills every day trying to create turnovers, whether it's on defense, special teams, and also offensively being able to take care of the football. But yeah, I mean, that's always huge in a game. It factors big, explosive play battles, you've heard me say it, and the turnover battle are huge statistics within any game. And so we need to create those. We need to get more, and we got to be able to take care of the football.
Were there some positives for you guys offensively against UNLV with, Austin throwing for 300 yards and some of the things you did?
There were a lot of positives. You look at the tape and you look at all but 7 or 8 plays. You look like a really good football team, but that doesn't matter. It's those 7, 8 plays that we got to get cleaned up, and that's a football game. I mean, it's a lot of these games, and especially in tight games, they're going to come down to 2, 3, 4, 5 plays in a game that make or break you, and those and you don't know when they're going to be. And so they did a much better job of executing on those plays than we did, and it cost us.
Anything else? All right, cool. Thanks.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Question for Austin? All right, Austin, so you guys are back at it this week. How's the whole process of kind of just bouncing back from that game at UNLV going?
Yeah, it's tough. You obviously get punched in the mouth over and over again, and I feel like our character's getting tested. So I think we, I've said this many times, the culture of our team is good, and I think we're in a good headspace. That we know we got a game in 6 days, so we're going to bounce back. I thought we had a pretty good practice today. Got to lock in, and Memphis is going to be a great opponent for us, and so we got to lock into our details and execute.
What's been the overall message this week after UNLV game?
It's really like it's digging deep. Our character is getting tested, kind of like I said before, and so you can either fall down or you can get back up and keep grinding. We got so much of the season ahead of us. We can, it's one loss. Obviously, it wasn't a great loss, but we can turn this thing around and end the season the right way. And so that's how we approach today. A good day today, stack with a good day tomorrow. Keep stacking them and have a good Saturday.
That game just kind of got away from you guys. Like when you look back at that, what do you think happened late in the game that?
It's just missed execution here, missed execution there, and we just got to score in the red zone when we have the opportunities to get down in there, and so we're going to emphasize that, and obviously we got to get points when we're down there, and 7's better than 3, and so we're going to do everything we can to get 7 points on the board, and keep our defense off the field and score as many points as we can.
3rd and 4th down were particularly challenging for y'all last week. Just what, first of all, went wrong in that game, and what have y'all done to, kind of fix that this week? And
it's just execution, and so I really feel like we ran the ball really good the whole game, just except for those short yardages, and so we have the mindset and that we're a physical team, and we can get 1 yard when that play is called, and so we just got to execute better, have a great physical mentality, and making sure we're getting our blocks, or I'm reading my reads the right way, and execute it.
You guys did throw it well at times. Were there some bright spots in there with the way you guys threw the ball in that game?
Yeah, I think like the way we, especially the way we finished the half, I thought that was great. It kind of got our confidence throwing the ball, and that 2-minute situation was really good execution, and I really thought we threw the ball pretty good all game. Obviously, the last 2 throws for me were not good, but I thought overall throwing the ball we did good, and then we'll continue to get better. It's still left in throws. I missed a couple throws here and there, but we can be better. So that's the positive thing. I think we threw it good, but there's still room to grow a lot.
What are you seeing out of Memphis' defense?
Primarily zone, a little bit of man. They're very athletic. They definitely look the part. They got big guys. They got athletic guys that are very athletic and can play football. So we're going to do a good job of executing our plays, making our right reads, because if we don't, they're a good football team, and they'll obviously stop us.
Fabechi's kind of come in and filled a void there for you. What have you seen from him? Has he been a big addition for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, he stepped up in a big time for us. He's doing great. Younger guy. When his number's been called, he stepped up right to the plate. He's a guy that's here early and works late. He's a guy that has earned a scholarship this year, and for good reasons, because he puts in the work. He's dedicated to his craft of being the best offensive lineman that he can be, and so it's all coming together for him. And so he's got a lot of potential, and I think some of that's showing right now. And we've got all the confidence in the world in him blocking for us up there, and he's doing a great job.
Another shot at a school from the American. Is that important, you think, for this program as you guys head to the American next year?
Yeah, I think obviously we want to put on a good showcase of what we have as a football team. Obviously going next year into that conference, and so we want to go 1-0 this week. But that really comes down to just executing our plays when the plays are called. And so no matter what conference we're playing, we feel like if we have a good game plan going into the game, we just got to execute. And I feel like we could be in the game with anybody.
And Jair had probably his best game since he came back. Does he kind of continue to come on and just improve as he gets back into the flow of things?
Yeah, I mean, he's a really good athlete, so he's definitely a guy we want to target. So when we can get him going, the passing game really gets going. And so to have him out there and having good games is great for us. And so, my confidence is going up, throwing to him. And so hopefully his confidence is going up, getting those catches, and we'll continue to grow and continue getting that bond even stronger, and continue to elevate our game.
Anything else?
That's what I was looking for.
James, you got one?
Yeah, final non-conference game. Just what do you do to set the tone? Looking forward towards conference play.
Yeah, this is big for us. Obviously we set our goals to win conference and win a bowl game, but you want to have good momentum going into conference, and so this is big for us to come out swinging and put in a good show and get our confidence that are going into the conference play, and we just got to execute, having confidence, and come out with a win. That'd be great.
Cool, thanks.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
All right, questions for Quinn?
All right, Quinn, so looking to bounce back this week, how are you guys faring in practice, just kind of regrouping here?
Well, I mean, just getting back into the film room, just readjusting, really just working harder in practice, executing plays better, finishing up reps. We got to go harder in practice. We got to, like I said, finish the plays that we don't make in the games. We got to, do that in practice. So, we just been working on that.
Yeah, looking back at UNLV, what happened in that game for you guys defensively that maybe hurt you?
We couldn't get out the field on third downs. That was a big thing. So, third and fourth downs, we really couldn't get out the field. We really wasn't finishing our tackles or making the plays that came to us when, Coach Bennett put us in a position to make them. So that was really the only thing. So just this week, we were working on making the plays that, are called for us, wrapping up at the end of plays and getting out the field on third and fourth down.
Yeah, I think they went 9 for 15 or something like that on third down.
Yeah.
So what was the issue there, you think?
Really just we were in great position, and every time, like I said, it was just like I said, one tackle away, or one deflection away, one coverage away from just getting off that field. When Bennett put us in a position, to make those plays. So like I said, we just got to be better this week at executing the calls that he puts in play for us.
Yeah, you guys, it seems like your big play production defensively has dropped a little bit this year. I think you had 1 sack against Memphis, weren't credited with any quarterback pressures, any interceptions, not many pass breakups. And that was, it seems like last year you had a lot more plays that you made defensively. Why do you think you've dropped off this year a little bit?
Like I said, we just really have to, Coach Bennett's putting us in the position to make the plays. We just have to make those plays. It falls on us, it's a player's game. We've been in great position to make those plays. At the end of the day, we just have to finish. Like you said, we haven't been as productive, and you know, that all comes on us. We have to pick up the slack, you know, in the back end, in the secondary, you know, the front end, you know, the front seven. We all have to do better. We have to do more.
You lost some key players and the guys that made a lot of those plays last year. You struggled to fill those roles. You know, it's just, you know, the guys that come up with the sacks, the guys that come up with the picks, that kind of thing.
We got like a lot of new transfers and stuff, you know, that are new to like, just new to, you know, new to the game, new to the speed. So they're coming along really good. You know, the guys we had last year, they were here, you know, a year or two already in place. So the guys we got this year, they're really good. They're gonna make the plays, you know, that need to be made. It all falls on us. We gotta keep, you know, doing good, keep picking each other up, because like we know we can do it. Coach knows we can do it. So like we all just have to put it out there in a complete game.
What do you guys see in Memphis now that you had a chance to study them a little bit?
They take a lot of shots, so we're gonna have to cover the shots. They got some good receivers. They got a really good quarterback he can throw. But you know, it's all gonna fall down to us and how we play. You know, we can only control us and you know how we respond to them. So, like I said, it's really on us to just make the plays that are called for us to make.
Yeah, you mentioned the quarterback. He's actually, you know, I'm sure you know this. He's from town.
Yeah,
you know, played at Ryan.
Yeah, he played for Ryan.
Yeah, you know, so is that something you guys look forward to, playing a guy that, you know, came from town here? And
You know, we look forward to playing every quarterback, really, you know, just every game. But yeah, we did see that today that he was from Denton, so, you know, that'll probably, you know, spark a little extra in us, you know, that, you know, you shut him down, you know, and really just stop him, you know. Like, I don't really think we just really pay attention, like, where they're from or anything.
what is it that makes him a good quarterback from what you've seen?
From what we've seen, really, he can make a lot of deep throws. He can make a lot of deep throws. Like a lot of vertical routes that they run, he can really put the ball like on the spot. So we have to do a good job in the back end. It's covering, being in position, playing the ball, and playing the man. You know.
Yeah, and you guys are playing a team for the American, the league you're going to next year. Does that add a little bit to this game, the importance of it?
Yeah, we've been talking about that, you know, because they're going to the conference next year. Unfortunately, I won't be here, but you know, a lot of players will be here. So it'll be good if we can, you know, get the win over them, and you know, that would, you know, spark something in us, and you know, show the conference like what they have coming next year.
How important would going into conference play with a winning record be?
That would be great, actually. You know, going in with a winning record, beating Memphis, or beating any team really, but beating a team like Memphis, you know, they're really good, and then you know, coming off, I think we have a bye week after this. I think so. Coming off of that, and you know, off the win, you know, good energy. You know, especially after a win like Memphis, it'd be really good for us.
Yeah, cool.
Anything else? All right,
Thanks,
next
Quinn.
one.
All right, did good, man. All right, so